What it do, everyone? Guess what? Infinite Nebula here. Got us right here. Right here. Black suit symbiote Spider-Man from, the game. We got it. Couldn't believe it, but we got it. I did already kind of open it up a little. Getting it ready. Boom. It's pretty awesome. I think it's great. It's a great thing. Absolutely. I didn't think I was going to get my hands on this, and I did. I am stoked that I did. I hope y'all are stoked that I did. So this is added to the collection. Pretty awesome. Even kind of feels oily. I ain't gonna lie. Kind of like that symbiote feel. You see all that shine and everything, and yeah, it just kind of feels it. Now, the one gripe I have, right, is that these eyes right here, they just seem very... Can I get that in? I mean, I guess they're kind of supposed to have that. I mean, honestly, the way the eyes look, it kind of looks like on how, like, Venom, the, like, texture of them kind of look like the Venom takeover, honestly. Instead of more like the Spidey eyes or something, right? The way that gloss makes it looks like when Venom and Eddie kind of change how that eyes are, that gloss. So yeah, it's actually kind of cool, I ain't gonna lie, but it is kind of weird that it just kind of seems like a flaw in the paint, and I think it is a flaw in the paint. You just can't see very well with how much it's shining off. You can't really show it. See, there's like some flaw in the paint, but it just makes it look like, Venom having more over the once again, no butterfly joints in this line, which is so weird because it's a Spidey character. There just seems to be a lot of paint flaw, to be honest. Is just what it seems like. It seems like a lot of paint flaw. It's like I got like a white mark right here. So yeah, it just seems like paint flaw. I ain't gonna lie. A lot of it does. Like, it just so weird, honestly, like on how much paint flaw there is. You guys are seeing that? Either way, though, I'm still stoked to have a black suit Spider-Man, the symbiote suit. I'm very, very much happy I got my hands on it. It just seems like they messed up the paint a little bit in the hands too. But it's all good though. Ben's all nice. It's all good. Paint maps are a little... I don't really know. I don't know if it was done on purpose or if they just kind of messed it up. I don't know. But y'all tell me if it just seems like it's on purpose or is it just a quality control type of thing going on. But yeah, you got your double jointed knees, like very wide range. Well, I shouldn't say wide range, but I mean, look, it's just insane. So the one thing about their double joints that kind of gets me is just that like hinge there, and your knee isn't where it's supposed to be, and all that stuff. But it's very minor things. This is a $25 figure. Hate to say it, but for all you Dragon Ball fans out there, this is gonna beat Dragon Stars all day, especially for the price. It's just $25, a little bit more than that after tax, but not a whole lot more. And it's, in my opinion, done better. Yeah, I don't know. Marvel Legends for the price point is where it's at. I'm not gonna lie. The eyes are growing on me with it having, you can see the black underneath the white. It's kind of growing on me, actually. So that's actually, I like it, especially with the gloss, the way it looks. If you guys can see what I'm talking about, though. I hope you guys can. So, and you got your torso pivot. The range on these is pretty insane. I'm just confused on why we didn't get butterfly joints in this toy line, because Spirit Spider didn't have butterfly joints either. Do any of these? I don't know if the blue Spider has you know, the blue spider, what's it called? You guys are gonna tell me what it's called in the chat. But yeah, you got really good range there in your thigh, or not thigh, in your groin joint and everything. Like I said, this is the one thing that kind of gets me though, is, you know, that gap in between. Then, you know, you go for that double jointed knee. You know, it's just, you know, that is what it is. It's more of a SH Figure Arts thing that they do that perfectly for knee joints. Honestly, they do the knee joint amazing. So, but like I said, this not having butterfly joints in this toy line is really weird, because normally we do get butterfly joints. So I find it strange. But yeah, this is growing on me. I actually kind of like it. When I saw it in the package, like, oh man, kind of got the dud. But I don't know. I think the screw up, either it being what they meant to do, or what, it actually kind of like brings some more character to it. This having the texture on the back of it, I don't know why it's not smooth. Yeah, I don't know if that's just a flaw and it's supposed to be smooth. This is the first one that I've seen and noticed. So yeah, not a whole lot of range when it comes to the head. Bending it back isn't really all there. So yeah, that would have to be changed out, but they don't really give you enough to change that out. No, can't come all the way up to 90, so call that about an 85. It's on both of the shoulders there, but you got pretty good range through your double jointed elbows, twist biceps. Your feet have rockers, so you rock that. I think the texture is really nice right through there. I think they did a really good job on that. So yeah, I don't know. I'm not really complaining about the sculpt itself or anything. Just butterfly joints that just kind of throws me off not having again. So other than that, I think it's really cool that they did the legs under the arms, so that way when they moved, it wasn't, you know, taking away from it. I think the proportion of the white spider is really, really done very well. Everything is very smooth. Yeah, it clicks and stuff, but I mean, it's smooth. So, smooth and strong. That's what we're looking for, right? Now let's go and back him all the way up here. The plastic webbing, I don't know how I feel about it. Ugh, there we go. Got some tape here. I think it's funny they gave it like a little handle. Like you can hold on to it like that, right? I thought that was funny. Give it more like a twirly like knot, you know, and you can hook it onto something, you know, that's cool. I like how kind of chaotic they kind of make Venom's web. I think they do a pretty good job at that, honestly. I like it. And the hands, when I opened it, must have forced the hands to kind of go in separate places. There they are. Got that posing, right hand. Yep. And like some of the paint maps on that, you can't really tell. There is some slight, you know, where they kind of missed. I don't know if you can tell on this one or not. Yeah, you see where they kind of like missed, you can tell. So they're in a hurry or something. Or you're telling me someone repackaged it and painted it or something like that. Like it's not actually the Black Suit symbiote, and they're just like, I'm gonna take the time to redo this and put it back in the thing. So, you know, if anyone knows, let me know, right? Or is this just a really rushed? You know, you got your Spidey flip. Yep. Put that all in there because, you know, not a whole lot they give us in this one. But I really do like this. I'm glad to set it up on my shelf. Happy to do that. You know, Mafex and all those, they do crazy articulation with their figures. You know, once again, not all the way split, which is just really weird. a Spider-Man figure not having like an all the way split. But, you know, we're still able to do wide range, you know, and I don't think it's bad by no means, you know. Kind of do a little... Doesn't make sense for that pose, but, you know, you're able to do some things, not a full out Spider-Man pose. So that kind of takes it away. Honestly, I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't want to be biased because it's black suit symbiote Spider-Man. It looks great. Like, it looks great. Functionality for the articulation and range of motion, I would have to give it 5.5, 6 out of 10. Because the range of motion for the articulation isn't great. The head does not like move back hardly at all. So yeah, that's one thing. No butterfly joint. That's a big one. Yeah, and like not being able to do like a, you know, almost a full split. They just kind of didn't allow you to do that. You can barely kick at a 90. Side kick, you know, that's decent, but it is what it is. But yeah, you know, I would give it overall, you know, 6.5, 7 overall. The paint and everything, like I said, I don't know if it was intentional, it was rushed, you know, stuff like that. If other people have like a better painted of this figure of the black suit symbiote Spider-Man, if they have one that's like perfect, you know, that'd be awesome to like let us know that there is perfect ones out there. And then there's just quite a few that have, you know, rushed, you know, paint maps and stuff like that. So yeah, no, I enjoy this figure. I'm definitely putting it up in my case and everything and posing it as far as it can pose, because like I said, range of motion isn't great, but it's still got good range of motion at the same time. So yeah, you know, that's about all I have to say about the range of motion and the paint. It's black and white. There's not a whole lot, and they have really good detail, like I said, in the muscle structure and stuff like that to make it look more like symbiotic. So make it more like the symbiote. So I think that was a really good like way to go to make it look like a symbiote. So yeah, y'all let me know in the comments what you guys think if you made it this far. If you made it this far, definitely let me know, because you are a real one for making it that far. Then I'm always happy to hear when people make it through the entire video. Y'all take care. This is Infinite Nebula. We out here. Peace.